1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
Also brought to you by Rulins. For your important real estate decisions, contact Rulins today at 938-1000 or info@rhulens.com. And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning, Cayman Islands. How are you doing this morning? My name is Kathy Miller. I'm your new host for The Business Buzz, and I'm excited to have with me in studio this morning Hayley Powell. She's the owner, founder of Sea Sand and Curls, which is a hair care product, company. Very excited. Good morning, Hayley. Very excited to have you in the studio. As we were saying right before the show started, that I did a research paper for university that focused on women's hair care products in the global market. And because of that, I feel like I have some background knowledge here that I can really discuss your company with you, you know, from the insights that I have from my paper and everything. And I'm just most excited to hear about your company, Sea Sand and Curls. So how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Excellent. Let us know. I guess we'll just start off the bat. How did Sea Sand and Curls start? What inspired you?
Okay, so I had my son in 2016, and he was born with severe allergies, but we didn't know.
Oh.
So it was kind of like the skin's breaking out, the face is breaking out. You don't know what's going on. So we didn't know anything of it. So he turned about, I would say, 8 months. And I said, okay, it's time to do something with his hair. You know, the baby hair falls away. And
right.
So I started to use Shea Moisture and Cantu, and like his scalp would get inflamed, like stoplight red. And I was like, did I do it too much? Was I too harsh? So I tried it for a couple more times. I was like, no, I'm not doing anything. So it has to be these. So I stopped. And it's baby hair. You don't need much. So I looked up online, like maybe a light gel or a light mousse or something I could make myself. So I tried to make the flaxseed gel. And at that time, it was just you make it and put it in the fridge. So I posted it on Instagram one night. And one of my friends said, hey, make me a jar. So I was like, okay, no problem. That was, I think, March. And by the end of that month, I think we made $9,000.
Wow.
That month alone. It just flew. Like, at that time, we were using mason jars, like from the grocery store.
Right.
And put them in the fridge.
And it was a flaxseed gel?
Yeah, just the gel. Because
how did you even know? So
So I looked online to see, like, what was the easiest thing, least ingredients, least chemicals, just to make, because it's baby hair. You don't need much.
Right.
Little did I know it worked for all types of hair. So it wasn't just his hair, like 4C, all types of hair. So I would use it on him. And then there was a time where me and him were running to town doing deliveries because it was just so much.
Right.
And then we kind of progressed from there, from the leave-in, from the gel that went to leave-in. And then with leave-in, we would get feedback. Oh, it's not heavy enough for my type of hair, which would be like 4A, 4B, 4C. I was like, okay, so how do we fix this? So then we thickened the formula, and that is what came into twisting cream. So there's 2 mango butters. There's leave-in and twisting cream.
Okay, so before we get there.
Okay.
So it was a gel that you first created for your son,
Mm-hmm.
who was 9 months at that time, because he had allergic, basically, reactions to... Mm-hmm. It was Shea Moisture and Cantu that you were using at that time. Were you trying to use any other brands? Did you know it was an allergy issue that he was having with shampoos at that time?
Well, Shea Moisture worked for me. So I don't have an allergy, so it was fine for me. So I was like, hey, if it works for me, it'll work for him. That wasn't the case.
Okay. And his first time, I guess, using the flaxseed, or the first few times,
oh,
you saw a
man.
big
And then,
difference?
like baby hair, you have to comb it every time you leave home. You just add a little water, leave the flaxseed from the day before. It was good to go.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, maybe this will work.
What were doctors telling you at this time where they couldn't find a solution?
So he had like at the time he had 29 different allergies, from peanuts to eggs to citrus to citric acid, red dye number 40, which is in everything.
Yeah.
So we would get up in the morning. My husband would leave egg for me to eat, so that as soon as I eat the egg, he'd be inflamed. So I was thinking it was the AC, like it was everything. So to be honest, I don't know exactly what is Shea Moisture or Cantu cause his reaction. But that's also where it comes from, where we don't use as much ingredients in our products for the same reason.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's pretty interesting. So you mentioned the hair types. Now there's 4 different types of hair or textures of hair, and then it has a little levels within those types as well. So I think it's type 1 is straight, and then 2 is wavy, 3 is curly, 4 is
coily,
really coily or kinky, super tight curls, right? And I'm going to say that's more for Black women or mixed women. You'll find that, and especially in Cayman.
Yeah.
Type 4 is one of the most prevalent hair types.
Between 3 and 4, yeah.
Yeah, in Cayman. And then there's, as you said, there's 4A, B, C. I'm not sure where else it reaches to there.
There are people that take it a little further, but the general is 4C. The ending is 4C.
So the inspiration from what happened with your son and the positive results that you saw with using a flaxseed gel that you made, you had posted it and somebody wanted it for themselves.
And then he told us
that was an adult. I'm assuming that was one of your friends. It's okay.
Because
Nice.
everyone knows I've always been into hair. Like from I got voted best hair in high school.
What?
So I've always been like a hair type. So I guess, and he also had the same type of hair that I have.
Okay.
3B. So it just took off from there. He told this one, that one told that one. Days later, I was getting calls from everyone. I was like, how do you people know me? Like, where you come up from?
Well, so what was, I guess when people were reaching out to you, what were their ailments? What did you find that they really needed your product for?
So a lot of people had psoriasis, scalp psoriasis, dermatitis, and if you use anything with alcohol, that flares that up.
Okay.
So like gel, and then some people didn't have that. It was maybe 15 or 20%, but those are the people who spoke to me because I knew what they were going through. But other people were they wanted something that wasn't crunchy, because normal gel leaves your hair stiff and white.
Right.
You don't get that with our product. So they're like, oh, well, my hair is crunchy. I have to use too many products. What do you recommend? I was like, well, they only have one product. So, and it just took off from there.
Okay. And so that you started with the flaxseed gel. I didn't even know that there was, I've heard about flax seeds. I have them at home. But I didn't know that you could use it in a hair
There's
product.
a lot of things. The same things used in your kitchen can be used in your hair, your skin.
Right. Okay. So that's where we started with that. Now, your friends were asking you were able to make $9,000 in your very first month of starting this. It wasn't even a business for you at this point. It was just, okay, I'm just making this.
It was me and I would still call him an infant then, because he still had to be in his car seat and everything. And we were just driving around, dropping off gel.
Were you working at this time as
well? No. So the first 2 years I took off,
to take care of your son.
Once
That's
I got
awesome.
pregnant with him, I stayed with him almost 3 years.
Okay. Not a lot of people can get that opportunity. So I think that's wonderful you were able to do that. Yeah. So then you got into making this. It took off. Now, even before then, you said that you were voted best hair in high school, I guess. So you always had great hair. You were always taking care of your hair. So for you said you have type 3. So you have curly hair. Now, for you, did you find that the products that are in the marketplace right now, and even in Cayman, because we have a lot of different ethnicities here and women with all sorts of different hair textures and types here. Did you find that there wasn't a lot of products that necessarily spoke to your hair type, or it was underrepresented?
So I'm what they call a millennial, I think.
Yes.
So us growing up, it was just gel. We didn't care for, I'm not sure about everyone else. I'll speak for myself. I didn't care for moisturizing and making sure it's treated. Now I'm a whole different person. Now me would laugh at. But back then it was just a little bit of conditioner and a little bit of gel. As I got around, right before I had my son, I noticed there are a lot of products that cater to either very thick hair, so 4C, or the lighter hair. And all the in between was it was too heavy for me, or too crunchy, or that I think that's still kind of what it is right now. And then once you find that one, you stick to that one. So that's why I stick to Shea Moisture until my son had the reaction.
But there was only a couple brands you could really choose from.
Yeah.
Or did you find there was quite a lot?
Not for me, no. I think it was between Shea Moisture and Cantu were probably the only two back then that I would. Now there's a whole variety now.
Okay.
But back then there wasn't much.
Okay. As I told you, I did a research paper on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and my paper, I wrote it in 2018, so I'm a couple years back with my stats. But I did pull it up last night when I said, let me get some notes together. And one of the things that I had, researched, one of the stats that I can give you was that in 2018, the global hair care market was valued at approximately US dollars $85.5 billion, and that figure was expected to increase by this year, 2024, to $102 billion. And those figures were taken from Statista, for anybody that wants to know. You can find reports similar to that. They might have a bit skewing numbers. I've seen some reports that said kind of maybe 98 billion it would hit this year. But the point is that the hair care industry is expected to see steady growth in value globally, right? And then when we're talking about different hair types, it was African American women or black women who contributed, this is now in the US, who contributed to 85% of the beauty industry. So their spend accounts for 85% of revenue in the beauty industry. And Nielsen cited that in 2018 that black women spend 9 times more on hair products than any other group. Yet,
That's believable.
oh, absolutely. I could absolutely see that. Yet, very, very underrepresented in when you go, let's say if it's the pharmacy or the supermarket, where most people will go instead of like the specialized stores and salons, right? And so fighting for that kind of space and being able to look on shelves to see, okay, well, there's only shampoo and conditioner and different treatment products for, I'm going to say type 1, type 2, maybe type 3 a little bit hairs. Yeah. So that's that was a hard thing for me when I realized that. Was like, wow, there's such a huge gap in the hair care market that can be covered. And I think that you're doing a brilliant thing by saying, you know what? I can cover this. These are the experiences I went through, and especially with having hypoallergenic products as well, right?
And it's not that hard either. It's just like, no. But I guess it's easier for someone who has to deal with it as opposed to these big companies who don't have like that influence, or they're just selling to a market. But when you actually deal with it, like when you know, like all of us, majority of Cayman has textured hair.
Exactly.
So when you deal with it and you have to actually like get up every morning and fight with this hair, it's easier to just find products. And it's not as complex as everyone makes it seem. It's a few products put together. You don't need those. I mean, of course, if you have damage or something, that's different. But like, it's not as hard as everyone makes it seem.
Okay, but to care for your hair?
Yeah, no, I mean to find
the right
products. Yeah, like simple products. It's just like a mixing of a butter or a mixing of an oil or a mixing. It's not, you don't need a million things in it for it to work.
And not everything's going to work. Like I told you right before we started the show. So I definitely have straight hair, very fine hair. It barely holds a style, maybe for 10 minutes. That's why you'll see me take photos right in the very beginning of everything while my hair is still nice and curly and fluffy. But
I'll give you some tips after.
Oh, please, thank you, because I could definitely use it. I feel like sometimes that the hairdressers don't necessarily, give me the tips that I need. I love mine, but I always feel like there's a mystery behind it, and I can't figure it out. But once I used a boyfriend's, like a hair oil, I was just trying to kind of slick my hair back into a bun. Yeah. And my hair was so greasy. It's so oily. It was ridiculous, and it was just heavy. And I'm like, he's looking at me like, why do you look like that? And I was like, well, I used your product here. And he just was on the floor laughing at me like,
not yours to you.
Yeah, it's not meant for your hair type. So I understand the importance there of making sure that you're using something that is suited for your hair, that is going to hold that style and do what you need it to do. And for you, it was a lot of the moisture. And
moisture is very important for textured hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard from my friends, and they're confused. They don't know what to do. So it's nice to know that there's a local product as well that they can look into. We got to take our first break, and when we return, we'll be continuing our talk with Hayley Powell, owner-founder of Sea Sand and Curls.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Hey everyone, this is Chad Powell Jr., your 2023 Male CARICOM Youth Ambassador. Do you want the opportunity to help shape the future of youth and sports in the Cayman Islands? All you have to do is complete the National Youth and Sports Survey found at gov.ky/YSP. This is your chance to have a lasting impact on our community. Have your say today, Cayman, at gov.ky/YSP.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and sitting in the studio with me this morning, I have Hayley Powell, who is the owner-founder of C Sand and Curls, which is a hair care product company in the Cayman Islands and a natural hair care product company at that as well. So, Hayley, right before the break, we were talking about the inspiration, what drove you to start this company, and I think it's a pretty amazing story. And you started at what age?
24?
24.
23.
So she looks at her husband to be like,
I had my son in 23, so early 24.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you were pretty young when you started this out, which is an amazing kind of feat as well. So I, commend you for that, applaud you for that right there.
Thank you.
So let's go get into your products, the type of products that you offer. What are the different kind of products that you offer, and is it for everybody, all hair types?
Okay, so it's a flaxseed gel, the twist and cream, the leave-in, the shampoo, the conditioner, and then a deep treatment. So a deep conditioner. It went from the flaxseed gel to the 2 mango butters, so the leave-in and the twist and cream.
Those are the mango butters?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are for the 2 different types. And then it went from, there was a bit of a gap between those 2, and then we went from shampoo and conditioner. And then we were getting a request for a treatment or some kind of growth. So that's when we came in with the rice water conditioner.
Now when I went to your site, I was like, rice water conditioner.
It's so nice. It's so good. Some people use it like as a leave-in. Some people use it before styling. Some people use it as a treatment once or twice a week.
Okay.
It depends.
And did this happen in demand from people, or people giving you feedback saying, hey,
yeah,
I need something like this that I'm not finding locally?
Yeah, you get messages, oh, I need this, or what do you have for this? Or I saw this. Like, I get people sending me like different things on Instagram, like, how about you try this, or how about you do it? So it's what they need. It's like they can't find it somewhere else, so they try through who they know can help them, which was you, which is perfect for Cayman.
And his Miss Best hair,
Oh gosh, I should have said that.
No, I think it's great. You had a following. People were looking at you for that. So in that sense, people trusted what you had to say, and if your flaxseed oil was working, then why not, How did it feel? Was it a little scary to be like, okay, let me try to venture into something new?
It was scary because I can test and try on myself, but then at that point it was people like, so we'd have products that weren't even like ready for like being exposed to actually being used by people, and they'd be like, we can test them out for you. Like, no. No, I'm not doing that. I'll test it out. But yeah, at first it was scary, but then after a while I was like, the bad feedback was so minimal, or not bad, the critical feedback was so minimal that it was where we could improve. It was nothing like, this is this. It was like, we can do better here, or we can improve here, and it worked out.
And critical feedback, I mean, it could have been a product that they didn't need for their hair. They're testing out that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I learned I didn't need.
It was exactly like, this
things.
doesn't work for me. Okay, maybe you try this.
Right.
And then, yeah.
Okay, so you went to building from there. So when you say in that product testing, it was only yourself that you were, I guess, testing on.
So my son was usually the first person, because if it didn't react to him, we were fine.
Okay.
So he was the guinea pig.
Okay.
He's still the guinea pig.
Okay, and then your husband as well was.
Yeah, he grew out his hair and everything, so I could use it.
Way to go! What a supportive husband. Way to go! We like that. We love that a lot. Actually,
He's actually the production manager. He makes everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, you should have been in the studio here with us. Maybe in our next break, you might jump in. We'll see how you feel. Her husband is here in studio watching from where Silver Fox is in the other room there. So we'll see if we'll rope him in the next segment here. So the types of products, you let us know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting even additional feedback right now for, we kind of want you to come out with this?
Yes, but right now it's a bit of a slope here just because of like life balance. So I'm trying, but especially after COVID, we had like a hard time sourcing products and sourcing bottles. So that's finally like eased a bit, but it's just time wise right now. It's like everything is kind of, it's just a lot going on right now.
At what point did you say, okay, this can be a business? This is now, I'm going to get a business license. I'm going to brand.
When it got to the point that the deliveries were too much for me, I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get it into the store. And then if I get it into the store, obviously I need a business license. So,
right.
Because it was getting to the point, people call me at 11 o'clock at night. I was like, no, come on.
Some of us would have gone the other way around. Let me get the business license and then figure that and then see if I can go into the stores.
I was like, you know what? Let me just, because I love offering, but when it got to the point where it's like 11 o'clock at night, I was like, okay, obviously this is more demand than I can feed.
Yeah.
So the stores are open till 11, well, used to be.
Right.
So they can help at 11 o'clock. I cannot. So yeah, I reached out to the stores and they're like, oh, do you have a business license? I can't remember. Did I have the business license first?
No,
yeah.
Her husband says no.
They said that we needed a business license. So
right.
got the business license, and I think we went into the store 2018.
Okay.
So
that was 2 years before COVID, yeah. Because COVID hit like February 2020-ish, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we would have started in 2017 then.
Wow.
So not even a year later, we were in the store.
That was really fast.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work out? Was it a hard process?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I mean,
Good
I've heard other people like have issues with it, but we just reached out and they said, this is who you speak to, and filled out the forms and got UPC codes, so the barcodes. And
what was the process of that like?
$5. You can buy them online for $5, and you put them on your, so at first what we did was stick them on because we already had labels made, so you couldn't put them in. When we remade the labels, we added them to the labels, and that's where we are now.
So how did the branding start for you for this then? Because you went from mason jars to getting your own bottles and labels. You had to get a logo done. How did you start with that?
I have a younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. He helped me so much. So the website, the branding, everything I tried to do on my own, but he's more of a visual person. So he guided. He helps me with marketing and stuff like that. He was like, okay, this looks a little simple, Hayley. This won't work. Okay. And he helped me like color-wise, and what we wanted was a specific brand for each product. So like if two use mango butter, then they have a variation of the same label. If one uses rice water, if one uses... So he helped me with that. And the website, he also helped me. So yeah, it was a kind of a family.
It is very much family-oriented. I love that. That's a beautiful story to hear. You know, it's Cayman. It's a small country, a really tight community. So to hear that you started this with the concerns, the reactions that your son was having, right, compared to, you know, your friends then reaching out and your husband helping out with things, and then your brother being like, okay, we're going to help out with the branding, and then you got into the store.
Well, my grandmother also delivered.
Oh, wow. You got your grandmother. She was retired and all.
She also, like, when I was off island or I couldn't make it, like when I started back work, because I started back work in end of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So she also helped deliver. So her and my son would be out delivering. So yeah, thinking about it now, it is a family effort.
So which stores or supermarkets do you have this
So
in?
all Foster's locations except for East End.
Okay.
Rochelle's Beauty Supply, that's in Venetia Plaza, where China Village is.
Right.
There is a store on the waterfront. Oh, it's slipping me now.
Oh, was it Goodness?
Yes.
Yes.
Goodness KY, thank you. Yeah, it's right across from RBC.
Yes.
So yeah, those three.
That's excellent. Okay.
We're thinking about Hurley's or Kirk's, but that's a bit of a challenge, so we're working on that.
Okay, so it's harder to get into those.
Yeah, we can't reach anyone who deals with the
Hurley's and Kirk's. Come on, guys. Come on, I'm going to need you to help my girl out here because this is a local entrepreneur who's doing amazing with selling her products, and for hair types that's very much underrepresented in the Cayman Islands, and we'd like to see you on shelves on all supermarkets. Was it hard getting space on the shelves? Because, that prime space is right at your eye level, right?
Yeah. And I think we're eye level at all of them,
Nice.
except for the one in Republics. I think we're top shelf for that. But it's always empty otherwise, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. That's not bad. Your unique selling point. Why would I go and buy Sea Sand and Curls as opposed to maybe another natural hair care brand, but maybe more well-known? How do you differentiate yourself?
So no harsh chemicals, no concerns of breakouts, no concerns of the crunchiness that everyone complains about. And honestly, just like our feedback from people who use and our ambassadors, like not even like the products when they have product in them, but when the hair doesn't have product, like how light and how it feels and how healthy it is. I think that's a big contribution to why it sells the way it sells.
Okay, excellent. And hypoallergenic, as you said as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, totally different thing, but I have a dog. She is hypoallergenic, but she reacts to everything, like the air.
Imagine.
Yes. And I have to get a very specialized shampoo for her. So in that way, I understand. And I try to look, it's a specialized shampoo full of different chemicals. But my thing is I really want to use something more natural. So
someone out there might have to branch into the pet field.
I'm kind of looking at you now, Hayley, like, well, this is a really common thing in Cayman. So that's a whole other line that you can
My dog doesn't even like to bathe, so who would I test that on?
Test it out on mine.
He snarls when it's shower time.
That's hilarious. Wow. That makes me, but that's something to look at.
Hey, I might.
I'm just saying, consider it because it's a very common problem in Cayman.
We may have to look at our guy back there.
I don't know the husband. He like had his thumbs up. He was like, yes, I think this is a good idea. So you never know. So we're going to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to go into your ingredients and a little bit about the production process, and maybe the husband will join us and we'll hear from him. I don't know. We'll see what will happen during the break.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Radio Cayman Super Jam Show, the #1 drive time entertainment show on your radio. Enjoy a mix of pop, hip-hop,
dancehall, urban gospel.
The Super Jam Show is
brought to you by these kind sponsors.
The Cayman Islands Football Association, CIFA, building a better future for Cayman football.
Cayman Insurance Center.
Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call me today, Michael Webster, at 925-5433.
UWI Open Campus, on-site, online, and on demand.
Visit open.uwi.edu. Call them today at 946-8322.
Super Jam.
Also brought to you by
Cayman Airways. Call them at 949-2311 to book your non-stop flights to Los Angeles and Panama.
Also brought to you by Superior Auto Center. Do it right the first time with Superior Auto.
949-9570
or 525-9571.
Superior Auto. They keep your car in tune.
Super Jam.
Also brought to you by
The Yum School Lunch Program. Now available at selected private and public schools across Grand Cayman.
The #1 drive time entertainment show on your radio.
Super Jam. Business Buzz.
Kyle Powell. Yes. All right. Good morning. I almost said good afternoon. See, you all caught me almost. And you all caught me almost having that off mic conversation or commercial break conversation right there. So joining us now in the studio, we have Hayley's husband, Kyle. Kyle, I got the last name wrong.
Smith.
Yeah, he whispered that. You say it with confidence, young man.
Smith.
There we go. Good morning. Thank you for joining us in here.
It's good to be here.
It's good to have you because, as she was saying, you were not only one of the guinea pigs for testing, you're also part of the product development, I guess, the production process.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you watching your wife go through this process when your son was first born and all of a sudden making these hair care products, the flaxseed gel, and seeing it take off? What was that like for you?
Interesting. Wasn't so much watch. We were all involved. Started with a small saucepan and a small packet of flaxseed from the supermarket. I couldn't figure out exactly what she was doing. She just asked me to help her, and I was like, I don't know what you're doing. She said she needed to try this for the baby hair. This should work. Hopefully it don't break him out. Let's see how it goes. And I was like, you cooking something to put in his hair? Hayley, think about it. And she said, just trust me. Just that's her line. Trust me, baby. Trust me. So I said, okay, no problem. We went ahead. We did it. Allowed it to cool. And she brought him to my workplace. And I don't want to put her on the spot, but I honestly believe she only came down to show me his hair.
Probably. I wouldn't blame her.
I was proud.
Yeah.
She showed up
excited.
and he had on his shades and he was well styled, and I was like, did you cut it? Did you do something to it? Because it was just straight and black, and he came there well curled out. I was just like, okay, superstar baby now. And from there it just kept going, and like she said, the phone calls never stopped. Once I think she posted it on the Instagram, and it just went crazy after that.
Okay, nice. So the demand was there.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. I love your participation. You're helping out with it, and the fact that it's just a successful product and brand, really, that was needed. So knowing that the local demand is there is great. I want to talk about some of the ingredients that was in that are in your products now. I think you said most of them have mainly 4 ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
How did you figure out what to use?
So I would look around, like research and find products that work or products that I wanted in there, and then the mastermind made it work. So he put it together.
So you're the chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
threw the ideas out there and said, this is what we need. And I was just like, no,
this does this.
Cars. What do you want me to do about this? And, I took the time out, did the research. We found stuff that could work. Obviously, you got to start from the ground up. So we went with the most natural of stuff that we could find.
Okay.
And considering the allergies.
Yeah, considering the allergies.
Can you name some of those ingredients?
Mango butter was one that we found would work because we tried to avoid nut butters. So cocoa butter was out of it, and cocoa butter is highly used in the market.
Why did you try to avoid nut butters?
Because nut is an allergy.
Oh,
it's in
thank
top
you.
12.
Hey, Sorry, yeah. That's all good.
Nut is like peanut is an airborne allergy, and it kind of, some people that are allergic to nuts are severely allergic.
Wow, no, that's a great thing to know. So no nut butters, okay? Because one of them is cocoa butter.
Cocoon.
Mm-hmm. See, I've never heard of this butter before. Clearly,
look it up.
When we first started looking, we were looking for ones that weren't nut butters, and that was one of the. It's largely used in Africa.
Yeah, and it can be found in Trinidad as well. When we first ordered it and brought it, I just absolutely did not know what to do with it.
Oh, so it wasn't available locally?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you do have to bring it in.
The majority of our stuff on a large scale aren't available locally.
Okay. All right. So kokum, did I say it right? Kokum is one of the butters that you use. It's not a nut butter.
No.
It's what I understand it's actually an oil, I want to say. It's an oil that's extracted from the
So it's kind of like, you know how you have like when the butter is cool, it's like a...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They cold press it, extract the oil, and then turn it into butter.
Right.
A refined process.
Okay, so that's one of them. I know you use rice water.
So rice, and then you boil it to get the water. Normal, like a pot of rice.
Extract the starch from the rice.
Jasmine rice, or quinoa doesn't work. You can't use quinoa water. What are some of the other ingredients? We don't want to give away your trade secrets here, but
we use grapeseed oil.
Okay.
It works wonders for hair
and skin.
Yeah,
all skin.
Majority of our products can also be used on skin. So, like, I know people that use the twisting butter and the leave-in on their skin.
I think we got a message like that once. The guy was like, "Hey, if it's good for hair, it should be good for skin. I go and try it."
Yeah, we had to send some to England.
Yeah,
so he could put.
He wanted it from all the way here to the UK, so he could try it on his skin.
But he's a Caymanian, so
right.
It isn't proven. He tried it and he said, "Hey, it works wonders."
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so part of this, now we know what some of these ingredients are. It's all natural, hypoallergenic, and as you said, Hayley, nothing that's nut-based as well, right? And so nothing that causes like severe allergic reactions, I guess.
So you can open it in front of people with airborne allergies and you're good to go.
What about fragrance? Because I know for some people, fragrance is I like fragrance, and I know my friend keeps telling me, Kathy, it's not good for you necessarily, and I just don't listen to that part. But some people like a nice smelling kind of shampoo or conditioner.
So the ones that we use are very light and they're fruit based.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So they don't have like the actual alcohol or like how normal perfume does.
Okay.
Took a little while to find that as well too.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of fragrance in there in that sense, but it's all completely natural, 100% natural. The sea sand and curls. Now the production process. What do you have to go through, Kyle, to get everything ready?
I'm normally napping during this time, so I'll leave this to
It still consists of a lot of late nights. Even making the smallest of a batch takes a couple of hours. You lay it all out. You got equipment that you use just for this sole purpose, but we got to sterilize it again. You make sure that it's done properly. A lot of measurement, a lot of thermometers going off, a lot of timers going off. But the production is, for me, a fun part.
Okay.
You get to see it going together.
And I'm assuming you're also working full time, or are you now just with
sure.
CSAN? Okay, so you're doing two big full time things here. Okay. Cayman doesn't have like a regulation when it comes to creating products and putting it out to the local market, right?
No.
So how do you regulate yourselves in that sense? It's an important question for me to ask because people could say, well, they could be putting anything in it, and
I look at it the same way we look at food. If I wouldn't consume it, I wouldn't sell it to you. If I wouldn't use it on myself, I don't think you should use it.
Or my child.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the big things was it was so safe for him to use it, people almost thought that we were starting a sole baby line. Like, we had grown adults calling and asking, hey, is this product safe for me as an adult to use? And I was like, explain. And they were like, oh, I thought it was just for kids. And I was like, to be honest with you, we didn't brand it specifically, but children can use it and adults can use it. So
I think you should consider branding specifically for babies and children.
We thought about it.
So good.
We thought about it, but majority of the sales, majority of the marketing promotion came from children. Like, their parents would buy it for the children. And, like, I have a whole thing on my Facebook just with children.
Okay.
Where so we thought about it, but then it basically would be the same product.
Okay.
Because there's no difference. So
okay.
What would be the sense? Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So your I guess your marketing strategy then, because that would, you could do specific ads, specific kind of things that would speak to the children and then speak to more your age group, adult group.
Yeah.
What is your marketing strategy? Let us know about that.
Good old Cayman, Mall Road. This one tells that one tells. Honestly, it doesn't take a lot of marketing. It basically sells itself, which is great because not many people can say that, but it does sell itself.
Okay.
And I'm a walking ad when my hair is curly. People say, oh, what's in your hair? What's in your hair? Like, I'll go away and people ask me.
Right. And right now it's straightened. So for those who are listening, might not be on YouTube right now, it's straightened. But as you explained to me earlier, you just got back from a trip, so you're taking advantage.
I embrace the cold weather.
Yes.
Yeah, but we ship to the US, UK, all the Caribbean. I think the only place we haven't... No, we have shipped to Australia.
We went to Australia.
Wow.
Too. I don't think we did Asia.
Yeah,
That's the only place I think we have.
So how are people finding out about you?
Social media.
Okay.
So our ambassadors...
social media is a real big thing for you.
Yeah, our ambassadors, because you know the Explore page on Instagram?
Yeah.
It'll show up and it just takes off from there.
Because when I went to your Instagram page, which is at C Sand N Curls, so just the letter N, not and. C Sand N Curls. When I went there, I saw so many local young ladies. I'm going to say, I think it was mostly young ladies. And
there's also some children, the boys.
Yes.
The boys.
And beautiful, like their locks were looking just luscious, beautiful, beautiful hair. It just looked really good. So I was like, okay. To me, it was almost like an influencer marketing kind of style of getting your products out there, getting people to know about it locally.
Yeah.
So it's just that kind of word of mouth that's been working really well for you, and people using it locally and saying, man, how does your hair look so good?
And the name, I'll just say that the name is a pledge to Cayman, Sea Sand and Curls, because, you know, sea sand and water, sea sand and beach. So we wanted to keep the Cayman in it, because on every bottle it says made in Grand Cayman.
Okay.
That's a big selling point.
As it should, I think so. People are very proud, and to use products that are made here, that are coming from here, that are made by Caymanians, they're very proud to be able
even
to
for
exhibit
tourists
that.
And foreigners.
Yes.
They want to take a piece of Cayman with them, and it's useful.
I do. Whenever I travel and I have to go somewhere, I definitely try to bring them a Cayman product that you can't get anywhere else.
Exactly.
It was made locally. I think that's just part of the beauty of Cayman, and the little you're not going to find it anywhere else, you know.
Rum cakes are out of it now. You can find them everywhere.
You know, I don't bring the rum cakes.
No,
yeah, I did, and then
I love them, so I'm not going to comment.
I did for a minute, but there's just so many more products that are out there that I'm like, okay, you know, why not give the smaller brands that chance and that love? So I think that's a great idea. A great gift-giving idea. What do you think are your best kind of selling, your best moving products? If people want to, also if people want to test you out, what should they start with?
That deep conditioner. That thing goes like hotcakes. And
can any hair type use that? Can I use that? Okay.
It's a deep conditioner.
Okay.
So it will kind of depend on what you're looking for. Like, what is the state of your hair? So do you need once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? Do you need once every 2 weeks? Okay. It's recommended that you deep condition at least once a week, though, regardless of hair type.
I don't think I've ever deep conditioned.
Oh my Lord!
I don't even really understand what it is.
I'm not big on hair, and I'd say.
Wow. Thanks, Kyle.
And the flaxseed gel, that's in 2 different sizes, small and large, and that goes.
Okay, nice.
I guess those are daily products, though. And the leave-in.
The leave-in were fast mover until we came in with the rice water. And then the rice water kind of balanced it out.
Yeah, I think people kind of use them interchangeably.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
Do you bundle stuff?
Yeah, we sell it by the bundle. But you can order that online. Yeah. So you can also order and have it delivered online, or you can pick up and then the stores. Any
plans for I know I mentioned you can do a little line for dogs out there, but is there any other plans for expansion, or even trying to go internationally?
Yes.
All right.
We made the attempt. There was an issue with trademarking, so we still got to work that out.
Okay.
But once that is resolved, there is one product that we're still trying to get the balance correct. Once that hits the shelves, then we're going to make an attempt at the international market again.
What about investors? Any financial backing like that? Are you looking for that at all? Would it be nice to have?
I guess when the time comes.
Yeah, if it presents itself that it's needed, but as it is now, I think we manage well.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I like that. You're like, no, we got this.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Now, if for people who want to get your products, please remind them where they can buy them in the stores and online, what your social media pages, contact, because we got to wrap up the show.
Okay. So it can be bought at all Foster's locations except for the East End one. Goodness KY across from RBC on the waterfront, and Rochelle's Beauty Supply in Venetia Plaza, the same plaza as China Village. And then you can find us on all social medias at Sea Sand N Curl, the letter N. And our website is also the same, Sea Sand and Curls
.com, I think.
.com.
Yeah, for sure.
I was going to say the email address. And then you can also email us at support@csandandcurls.com.
Okay. Love it. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
No, it was awesome.
great,
I'd
yeah.
love to hear the story. You guys are young and doing it and successful, and people need to hear that kind of thing. And definitely getting a lot of support from the community, and it just shows what people can do when they all work together.
Yeah.
And on that phone ringing,
Sorry.
that's all right. We're gonna bring the show to the end. Thanks for joining us on the Business Buzz this morning, and I hope when you guys do a little bit more in the future, maybe expand, have more to talk about, we'd love to have you back on.
Okay, thank
Sounds
you.
like a plan.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's go to the 9 a.m. headline news. Sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
Also brought to you by Rulins. For your important real estate decisions, contact Rulins today at 938-1000 or info@rhule